Hello children, today we are going to discuss about the movements of earth and how seasons are caused on earth. Last class we learnt about axis and equator, the two imaginary lines passing through earth. The two movements of earth are rotation and revolution. These are the two movements of earth. Earth rotates and earth revolves around the sun. First let us study about rotation of earth. The rotation of earth happens or it is done with the help of its axis. Axis is an imaginary line passing through the center of the earth which cuts earth at the north pole and south pole. In this picture you can see a top which spins on a pointed thing, that means a pointed edge. Just like a top spinning, the earth also spins or rotates on its axis. Instead of the pointed edge, the earth has the axis. On the axis, the earth spins. That is called rotation of earth. And when earth rotates, that means suppose consider me as an earth or consider yourself as an earth. When you are standing like this and when you turn and complete one circle, that is called one rotation. So when earth rotates, one time, one part of the earth will be facing the sun. That part will be having daytime. And when earth rotates or turns, the part which faces the sun will come in the other side and the part which was away from the sun first time will come closer to the sun or will face the sun. So what happens? At one time, one part will have daytime. When it rotates, that part will have night time and the other part which comes to face the sun will have daytime. So daytime and night time. Day and night are caused by rotation of earth. When earth rotates or spins, the part facing the sun will have daytime and the other part will have night time. Then again when it rotates or tries to complete one rotation, it changes. So day and night are caused by rotation of earth and earth takes 24 hours, that means one whole day to complete one rotation. So what is rotation? The movement of earth on its own axis is called rotation. Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation, that is one day, one whole day. Next we are moving on to revolution. Revolution means along with rotation, earth always rotates and along with rotation, the earth moves around the sun. That movement around the sun is called revolution of earth. So at the same time earth has rotation and revolution. And earth moves around the sun in a fixed path. There is a fixed path for each planet to move around the sun. Otherwise they will hit each other and collapse, isn't it? So instead they are given special paths to move around the sun. Special paths means nobody has gone there and tarred the road and all, nothing like that. It is just an imaginary path, an energy level through which the planets move around the sun. Same way earth also has a imaginary line or a path through which it moves around the sun, and that is termed as an orbit. What is it? Orbit. So through the orbit, the earth moves around the sun and that is termed as a revolution of earth. So if it needs to complete one revolution, that means starting from here, it has to go around the sun and come back to the original place. For that, it takes 365 1/4 days. 365 1/4 days, and that is 1 year. Because year has 365 days, isn't it? So 365 1/4 days is taken by earth to complete one revolution, and that time period is called solar year. What is it? Solar year. So rotation of the earth means earth moves on its own axis. It takes 24 hours, that means one day to complete one revolution. one rotation. Rotation of earth causes day and night. And revolution of earth means the movement of earth around the sun in a fixed path called orbit. Revolution of sun happens in 365 1/4 days or 1 year, and that time period is called solar year. Now we can study how seasons are called, seasons of earth. We have different seasons like spring season, summer season, winter season, autumn. We have one more season, that is monsoon, isn't it? We have it here, monsoon season. Spring and autumn are not too noticeable in our country, but it is very noticeable abroad. But these seasons come and go within a very short time. We have more time, we will have summer season, winter season, and a very short period of monsoon season. So we know about all these seasons, but we don't know how this happens, isn't it? So seasons of earth is caused by the revolution of earth. Seasons does not happen in one day or night, isn't it? It happens in a whole year. 1 year we will have all these seasons. Again the next year this repeats. So that means it is happening yearly, and yearly means it will be due to revolution of earth, because earth takes 1 whole year to revolve around the sun, isn't it? So this is how earth revolves around the sun. So first case, this is the first position, and this first case you can see that the north pole is towards the sun and the south pole is a little bit away from sun, because the axis of earth is tilted. If the axis was not tilted, the axis would be like this, and the north pole and south pole will be equally away from sun. So seasonal change won't happen. Wherever it revolves around the sun, the south pole and north pole will be equally away. So same season will be there in north pole and south pole, but that does not happen. There are seasonal changes. So that is because of the tilted axis of earth. Because of the tilted axis of earth, north pole is towards the sun and south pole is away from the sun. So the north pole which is towards the sun will have summer season, and south pole which is away from the sun will have winter season. When it revolves around the sun and completes half the year, what happens? There is a change. How? Now the north pole is away from the sun and south pole is towards the sun. So the season entirely changes. Now the north pole will have winter season and south pole will have summer season. And winter season, you know that the days are shorter. In summer season you will have the days longer with too much of hot or too much of heat, isn't it? Hot days. So this is how the seasonal changes happen. That means north pole, when it is towards the sun, it has summer. Then the south pole will have winter. And when it revolves, at one point what happens? The north pole comes away from sun, it will have winter, and south pole comes towards the sun or closer to the sun, then it will have summer. Again when it revolves, what happens? Again the change in the poles which is closer to the earth happens. Again the season changes. Again when it completes half of the revolution, one more change happens. So that is how when it completes one revolution or 1 year, we have seasonal changes. And the other seasons comes in between these two main seasons. Okay, this is how season changes happen. And this seasonal change is because of two reasons, two factors. The first factor is revolution of earth. If earth has not revolved around the sun, seasons would not happen. If earth was standing still, just rotating on its axis, only day and night will be there throughout the year, or throughout we will have a same season. But that is not does not work properly, because seasonal changes are very essential for life to sustain properly on earth. So that seasonal changes happens because of the main reason, that is revolution of earth. And the second important reason is the tilted axis of earth. If axis was straight, there will not be seasonal changes. So the tilted axis of earth also plays an important role in determining the seasons of earth. And just remember the equator which passes through the center or the halfway of Earth, it always receives the same amount of sunlight, and it has 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night, equally divided day and night, because it receives almost same heat or same sunlight throughout the year. So it is almost summer throughout the year, no other seasonal changes. Okay. Now, we have seen that many festivals are linked with seasons, like Holi, which marks the beginning of spring, then Onam, Pongal. They are all festivals which marks or which is linked to the seasons, isn't it? So we have several other festivals also, and some cases the festivals are linked to the heavenly objects like stars. Especially Eid and all, they are celebrated according to the appearance of the heavenly bodies. So, and one more case is we have certain planets, the name of planets as the days of a week, like Shanivar, that means Saturday. They are all named after the planets also. So, in one way or the other, we have a link of our lives with seasons, planets and other heavenly objects. So they cannot be kept apart from our life. We cannot say that they are away from us. We need not bother about that at all. They are one way or the other, they are linked to our life. So this is all about this chapter, the earth and its neighbors. I hope it was very interesting. Even though you have learned all these things, it is all every time whenever we study, it is too much interesting, isn't it? Because they are all very extraordinary things or mysterious things that happens around us. Stars shining in the sky, sun shining in the sky, moon that gets light reflected from the sun, then heavenly objects moving around us. They are all interesting things, and we are all eagerly waiting to know all these things every time. Even if we hear and more, we will not feel bored. So I hope this chapter also makes you happy. So read your textbook, make it more thorough. Thank you.